When Sir Ernest Shackleton and his two companions were on an Antarctic expedition, trekking through the brutal and unforgiving landscape of snow, ice, and torturous winds, they felt an additional presence join them, one they could sense but could not see. When Shackleton wrote about it later on, it opened up the floodgates of similar tales from people who had also experienced a phantom companion, joining them during extreme hardships where life hung in the balance. The phenomenon became known as third man syndrome, third man factor, or third man aura, where people in extreme life-threatening situations report sensing an unseen presence that offers guidance, comfort, or encouragement, often helping them survive in situations of extreme peril. Tales of this ethereal visitor are often synonymous with near-death cases involving mountain climbing, polar expeditions, and shipwreck survival, but extending to other disaster scenarios as well. Survivors often describe the presence as calm, authoritative, and reassuring, sometimes even giving direct instructions that lead them to safety. In his 1988 memoir Touching the Void, mountaineer Joe Simpson recounts a harrowing brush with death in the Peruvian Andes. After shattering his leg high on Sula Grande and plummeting into a deep crevasse, Simpson began a desperate crawl back to base camp. Throughout this ordeal, he was guided by an inexplicable voice, a presence that urged him onward and offered direction and encouragement as he fought to survive against impossible odds. Between 2000 and 2001, Anne Bancroft and Norwegian explorer Liv Arntzen made history as the first women to ski across Antarctica. In a later interview with NPR, Bancroft would recall something interesting that happened during their expedition. Weeks into their grueling 94-day journey across the frozen continent, when physical exhaustion and emotional strain were at their peak, she recalls feeling as though another presence had joined them. In 2001, Ron DeFrancesco was trapped in the South Tower on 9/11 when he heard a voice urging him to get up and walk through flames. He followed the guidance and became the last person to escape that tower alive. There's also reports from people who describe sudden warnings, like hearing a totally and separate disembodied voice telling them to stop before stepping into traffic, only to narrowly avoid disaster. But what causes third man syndrome? Some psychologists claim the brain creates an imagined companion to reduce isolation and stress, boosting survival chances. Neurological factors such as extreme fatigue, hypoxia, or trauma can trigger altered states of consciousness, producing vivid perceptions. In other words, it's all in your head. But the counter-argument is that it's something more spiritual. Some view the third man as a guardian angel or supernatural presence guiding them, an incorporeal being who decides to step in and help when they witness the person or people in their dire situation. Whether psychological or spiritual, however, the phenomenon often provides the decisive push that helps people endure impossible odds. It's just one more fascinating thing about our world.